but I also think it, like, respect our culture and how we all as a diaspora exist together.
I find
That's
it
it for
so
me.
interesting. Black Americans are always put into this position where they have to be cognizant of other groups that come from other countries, but every single last one of those people that you mentioned, Caribbeans and other immigrants, don't have to come to a country, pack up their whole life, leave everything that's familiar, and don't have to learn one thing about the country that the people they're living amongst for the rest of eternity. Okay, I go to any country right now, I have to, and it's which is in English, I have to learn at least two or three phrases, or guess what? They're gonna talk about me behind my back. Look at this stupid American. They so entitled, they so uncultured and so uneducated. That's what they're gonna say to me. She couldn't bother to learn to say thank you in our language in Portuguese and Spanish and Greek. She couldn't
Can I
learn what
hop in really
then you
quickly?
have people, masses packing up their whole entire life voluntarily, and they think it's a justifiable excuse to come into a country, live amongst the people, and know nothing about them. Okay, it is just that, an excuse, a bad one at that, and just another reason to place no responsibility or accountability for how anyone has to show up with a morsel of humanity. But somehow, some way, Black Americans have to always paint inside of each and every line. Black Americans can never go a hair out of line. Black Americans can never do anything that's seen at this impractical level of morality everyone else holds them to, but nobody ever shows up in the capacity of. Okay, y'all, this thing about immigrants not knowing about slavery and the depth and severity, it's done. That game's been played. The well has run dry.
Man,
We're not in
can I say a few
1902 when people didn't have access to books and stuff. Everybody had in this country and out of this country has access to the internet. It's either you want to know or you don't. Period. And clearly you don't. You want plausible deniability. You don't, because at the very least, you don't have to take up mental storage to have to be cognizant of another group of people. You don't have to take accountability for treating them with basic human decency. That's what a lot of immigrants come here and do. That's a lot of their game plan. They're crap in their country. They couldn't make it in their country, but at the very least, when they come to America, by default, they're better than Black Americans. They didn't have to be nothing in their country. They could have been rapists. They could have been criminals. They could have been losers. They could have been bums. They couldn't have made $1. They couldn't have made 2 cents. You come here, though, and at the very least, you're better than Black Americans. That's why people don't want to learn. They want plausible deniability. They need to feed their cognitive dissonance. They need to think of themselves better than someone else. That's why nobody
man,
wants to learn.
can I
That's why
hop in?
nobody nothing. Everybody always seeing something. They are copying Black Americans and studying Black Americans to the point they know everything about their vernacular and everything about how they dress and everything about these songs that y'all seem to want to use as a cop out. Well, it's in all the songs and I'm singing the songs. Y'all study Black Americans from sun up to sundown, but you never know nothing about their plight. You study Black Americans from sun up to sundown. You know every piece of vernacular. You dress like them. You sound like them. You walk like them. You talk like them. You listen to their music. You know everything about Black Americans inside and out, but somehow, somewhere, you don't never know nothing about their plight in this country. That is the only reason you are even able to be here. I'm not jacking it. That's not cutting it no more. That is not cutting it no more. Y'all are purposely prejudiced. Y'all are purposely trying to
Where
be,
are your parents from?
y'all purposely do this because you could get away with it. And then the second people hold y'all accountable, you start crying. You start crying wolf. Oh, you're being divisive. You start crying wolf. Oh, well, why aren't you giving me permission to exploit you? That's what you're saying. Why aren't you giving me permission to abuse you? That's what you're saying. Oh, look, I have melanin. Give me the
What
pass
are,
to, give me
can
the
I ask you a
pass
question?
to Give me the pass to exploit you. Look at me, I got melanin, even though you got nothing to do with them. Friendly reminder, race is a social construct made by white people, white supremacist pseudoscience, white supremacist racial pseudoscience. So whenever y'all try to lean into race, whenever y'all try to lean into literal white supremacist ideology, you just showing yourself. And it's so funny that y'all always have a point when you do it.